The main reason why I'm asking for this to occur is for the sake of sentient beings, and particularly here in America. As you know, there are many diseases that have, and of course they're all over the world, but in America, we not only have incurable diseases that are rising, we have cancer rising, AIDS rising, heart attack rising. So the numbers are not going down, friends, they're going up. They're constantly going up. And so not only do we have all these terrible incurable diseases, but we also have in America no place for pilgrimage. There is simply no place to go for pilgrimage. There is no, if in America you cannot find a cure through medical or holistic care, then basically there's no hope. Because if your practice is not strong, if if you haven't had time, and who in America has had that time? Most of us have started our practice very late in life. If we haven't had time to develop depth in our practice and purity and accomplish the view and really have devotion and really have given rise to the bodhicitta, then in that case, if our practice is the way our practice is here, there's no hope. There's simply no hope. It is very hard. Contrary to popular belief, you cannot cure yourself through positive affirmations. And all that kind of new age riffraff that's happening, none of it works. People are still dying left and right. Here in America, there is simply no place to expect the miraculous. There is no place to go and really know that great benefit will come. Maybe in the beginning, it would just be a small amount of practitioners who, even without training, would be able to, through their faith, be able to come and take retreat and do circumambulation and do prostration all the way around these stupas. And hope I will do my best to teach them that they can do that in order to accomplish the temporary benefit of healing their physical bodies and the temporary benefit of healing their minds, because our minds are filled with hatred, greed, and ignorance, jealousy, delusion, pride, that kind of thing. And those of us that feel that we have no control over our minds, this would be one way to gain control over our minds. Maybe I can teach them that. And in the beginning it will be small, only practitioners will come, and then maybe in the future, slowly, and it will be slow. The word will get out. Those people that have had benefit, that have had healing, will be able to tell others, and then others will tell others, and then pretty soon, here in America, there will actually be a place of retreat where one can go with faith and know that extraordinary good benefit will come about from that. I can't think of anything that is a more worthy goal and more perfect goal than to be able to offer that to sentient beings. Because if we think about it, here in this time and in this place, not much practice will be accomplished. How we need this stupa to take place here. How we need that. There are no words really to discuss, to indicate how we need the stupa. There are so many stories that we have of terrible, poor practitioners with no understanding of Dharma at all, ignorant, farmer people that knew nothing about the Dharma, that had no academic understanding whatsoever and had no ability to practice, that basically their practice was a simple Om Mani Padme Hum, just nothing. That were able to practice were able to get involved with the creation or the making of a stupa, or to sponsor a stupa or something like that, and were then at the end of their lives known to attain the rainbow body, or were reborn as a recognizable incarnation. There are many stories like that, many stories of very ordinary people who accomplished in this very condensed way. And the reason for that is that when you make a stupa, you are actually giving rise to the body of the Buddha. You're giving rise to the body of the Buddha as though you had created it yourself, or given birth to it, or given rise to it within your own mind, but in a concrete way, so that it actually appears here in cyclic existence. And the virtue of that is immeasurable, simply immeasurable. How precious this opportunity is in this time when there isn't much practice. There simply isn't much practice. And even those of us that have some time to practice, due to the fact that this is Kali Yuga, that this is the time of condensed non-virtue, even those that have the aptitude to practice will find that when they actually sit down to practice, it is very difficult. Delusion rises, It slaps us in the face. It drags us around by the scruff of the neck. And we are simply disabled. And some of it is due to our own non-virtue. That is absolutely the case. You cannot lay the blame anywhere else. But on the other hand, this is also the time of degeneration. At the time when Lord Buddha himself was here, then at that time it was very easy to practice. It was very easy to sit in samadhi. It was very, very easy. You know how they say this one and that one received empowerment and immediately became realized? Well, that doesn't happen now no matter who's giving the empowerment and no matter who's taking it. And it's because this is the time of degeneration, the time of Kali Yuga. It's as though the fabric of non-virtue is condensed the way wool becomes condensed when you boil it. It's like that. A piece of thin, nice wool stretched out. When you boil it, it becomes all like this, you know, all scrunched up like that. And that's exactly what this time is like. It's exactly like that. So you must realize this opportunity for what it is. And I would heartily recommend that any of you that are able-bodied enough to do so will participate in creating what goes into the stupa and also in sponsoring it. That is the most important thing. We need lots and lots of money, and we need it now. You know, there are many people that don't like to give to Dharma because they don't see where their money's going. Well, you're going to see where it's going now. And every time that somebody experiences a healing, anytime somebody experiences a deepening in their practice, a clarification of their neuroses and their mental disabilities, any time that suffering is alleviated, if you are the one that helped to sponsor this stupa, you will collect on that. You will be responsible for benefiting others in that way. Every time a life is saved, every time a person is deepened in their practice, you will collect on that merit if you are able to participate in making this stupa. So if you want to go on collecting merit for as long as the stupa lasts, I would heartily suggest doing everything you can to make this happen. Now is the time. And those people that, you know, there are many people that don't like to give to certain projects because they're not lofty enough. I have to tell you, it doesn't get any loftier than this. This is as lofty as it gets. This is about saving lives. This is about possibly bringing down the numbers. And I know it can happen. It's a question of the faith of the practitioners, how well we can teach them, how we can instruct them. I know that the power is there. We're looking at bringing down the numbers on those incurable diseases and the immense amount of suffering that happens now and continues to happen and continues to increase in this degenerate time called Kali Yuga. So we're looking at a way to try to reverse that, to try to turn it around. And that's why I'm here. I'm not here for my health. I'm not here because, you know, this is like a day in the park for me. This is not... You know, I'm not here because this is fun. I'm here because that's the kind of difference I want to make, and this is the best way for me to fulfill that commitment. You have to ask yourself now, why are you here? If you have been practicing according to the way that you've been instructed, by now you should know that you are here for two reasons, and they are the same reason actually, and that is to accomplish the purpose of self and other. Those reasons are the reasons for being here. The purpose of self, of course, is to attain supreme enlightenment. The purpose of other is also to attain supreme enlightenment, because without your attainment of supreme enlightenment, there's no way that you can actually benefit sentient beings. There's no other reason for your being here. You shouldn't be here because you like me. You shouldn't be here because you like this place. You shouldn't be here for any other reason other than you wish to accomplish supreme enlightenment for yourself and for all sentient beings as well. Temporary and ultimate fulfillment and happiness for yourself and all sentient beings. That is the reason.